Yes, okay, yeah, the government is for everybody, so you don't need to be afraid. First of all, I want to ask a clarifying question, so to be sure that I get your point correctly. You said that the Bible was compiled during the Council of Nicaea. Is that your position?
That wasn't my position. I said the Bible was cherry-picked during the Council of Nicaea.
Okay, it was cherry-picked at the Council of Nicaea. So your position
Yeah.
is still that before the Council of Nicaea, we don't have the full Bible.
There was a full Bible, but there are always new editions in the Bible, right?
No, hold on. What was the objective of the Council of Nicaea?
The main objective of the Council of Nicaea was to find out the position of Jesus, the divinity of Jesus in Christianity.
What was the next objective?
I don't know. That's the main objective that I know. And in order to do that, other things had to be done. Like we all know that verses were removed during the Council of Nicaea.
I don't know that. I don't know.
You don't know that.
Yes, maybe someone can put in the comment section or something, but I don't know that. I've checked for it and I didn't get that. So, and I know the objective. Okay. Let me pick another point from you. Do you also know the last objective that was treated in the last week of the Council of Nicaea?
No, I don't. You can educate me on that, please.
Okay. So apparently, the whole thing about Council of Nicaea was not to correct or remove anything from the Bible. It was just to determine the divinity of Christ. And another thing they did was that...
That's the major, yeah, I said that too. That's
yes,
the major, yeah.
The different churches in the Council of Nicaea were doing Easter at different times. So they were conducting Easter celebration, which is the remembrance of the death of Christ at different times.
Okay. But there's also controversy on that one too, right?
No, I'm not talking about the controversy. I'm just saying one of the things that they all agreed during the Council of Nicaea.
Okay.
Standardized that during the Council of Nicaea. So they did not take or remove anything from the Bible during the Council of Nicaea. Actually, I haven't found that. Maybe if you have that evidence, you can provide for me. Okay. Let's get straight to Sharia. Is Sharia a prescriptive law for Muslims? Is a law that can be used even in any century, even in 2000?
No, I'm not done, Khalifa. So Sharia also that's a good one. You catch me for that one. Okay, I would say Sharia is prescriptive. Yes, you're very correct on that. Yes, I see where you're going. I see where you're going. There's no way for me to avoid that. Yes. I see. You catch me for that. That's a smart one. You catch me for that.
Okay. Now you're hooking me because now I don't even know how to proceed to do this thing. So what it means is that even in 2000 or in 2200, generations to come can choose to continue with the Sharia law.
Yeah, that's where you're going. Yes, the Sharia is yes.
Can you remind me again on what the Sharia law is based on?
Sharia law is based on living like humanity.
Based on where was the principles or the laws put in Sharia? Where was it? What was the source or the fundamental or the base of it? Where did it come from?
It's based on the teachings of the Prophet and the Quran itself.
So it's coming from the Quran?
Yes, based on the teaching of the Prophet and the Quran itself.
Okay. Is it also coming from some of the Hadith? Which is
based on the teachings of the Prophet. I'm sure that was where it was compiled from.
Yes. So we want to establish that the basis or the foundation of the Sharia is on the Quran and the teachings of Muhammad.
I would say that.
You would say that?
I would say that it was people's understanding of the teachings of the Prophet, because the Prophet, the Sharia law was not compiled until after the death of the Prophet, right?
I agree.
It was not compiled until after the death of the Prophet. Yeah. So I would say that, yes, it was picked from the Quran and the teachings of the Prophet. But the Prophet doesn't know. Yes. Okay. Sorry?
Yes, I know. I'm just establishing it. Do you think that there are violent actions in the Sharia?
Confidence Gym, it was created after the death of the Prophet. I think it was created after a few centuries after the death of the Prophet. Sorry, what did you say?
Do you think there are violent actions in the Sharia?
Yes, I believe so. When you say violent, I believe according to... Yes, there are controversial texts in the Sharia.
And this controversial text finds its way back again to the teachings of Muhammad?
It finds its way from what people understood in the Quran. Yes.
Okay, so if anybody that applies the Sharia law and commits violence on the basis of the Sharia law being implemented, can we link it to Christianity?
No, that's impossible.
What about atheism?
That's impossible.
What about Islam?
Of course, it's an Islamic text.
So we can say that it's violent, like,
It is controversial.
Okay. Now, during your engagement with Ansu, remind me again your position on the things that the prophet did.
What do you mean?
You're
He did a
trying to
lot of
recount
things.
some of those stories that where they almost unalive him and his people and all whatnot. So he has to go and all the
Yeah. What exactly do you want to know? You heard me very clearly.
Okay. What was his core teaching prior to that time?
Believe.
Do you think it was his belief that if he did not retaliate, what was given to him by God would die?
No. Because he had not been commanded to. Because he had not been commanded to.
Because he had not been commanded to. So was he afraid? Like, I don't know, like, I want to ask, do you think that he was afraid that he must do this now, otherwise he will be unalive, and what was given to him would be,
When you say afraid that it would be unalive, I don't understand, because there is I'll tell you a story of I think Abu Bakr. When Abu Bakr wanted to go and unalive him, Abu Bakr was on his way to unalive the Prophet, even before he ran away. Before he ran away from them, on the way to unaliving the Prophet, I think he had to branch off at somewhere, his sister's house, and he found them reading some verses that had been revealed. I think, I hope I'm correct on this story. But talking to them and listening to the verses, reading the Quran himself, Abu Bakr, who was one of the most powerful, had to leave when he left his family's place. On his going back, that the conversation and the reading he read over there changed his mind, and went over there to, and he became a Muslim when he got to the Prophet's place. So even if they had wanted to unalive him, they could not, because he could not. For that kind of story will show you that they didn't. The Prophet. So another thing that you should know also is the Prophet. The Prophet had a very, very good family history. His uncle was very strong, and his uncle protected him very well during that time. You understand? So with the story of Abu Bakr going all the way, even if they had wanted to kill him, they would not have been successful. However, there's when that stoning happened.
Kadal.
Wait, I want to descend. I want to explain everything.
I read to you Sahih Abu Hari 22 or 2, the same Sahih Muslims as well. It says, I have been commanded to fight against people so long as they do not bear witness that there is no God but Allah and that Muhammad is his messenger. If a terrorist organization takes this verse, okay, and uses it to oppress people, where did he get this verse from?
Okay, what do you mean by terrorist organization, first of all?
Okay, let's say there are groups who maybe say, let me explain it the way I mean it, right? So let's say that there are groups who just want to do evil, but they don't have any justification, they don't have any distinct, but they just want to maybe control certain people, they want to control certain people, and then they come, let's say Muslims, okay, and they come across this statement, and they now use it to advance their cause. Where would you think that they get this verse from?
Okay, so I'll say they picked it from the Quran, regardless of their sponsor.
Do you think it has encouraged them?
Do I think it has encouraged them? The question is, are they even Muslims? Because we've seen fake Muslims do these things.
As far as I understand, for you to become a Muslim, you have to recite the Shahada.
Okay. So can I talk to you right now and say I'm a Christian? But can I just say to you by mouth that I'm a Christian?
No, I said as far as I understand,
yes,
to be a Muslim, you have
we are saying the same thing.
I thought the
We are,
Shahada.
we are saying the same thing. I can say I accept Jesus as my personal Lord and Savior. Does that mean I'm a Christian?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so that means I'm a Christian, right?
Yes.
Okay, so by your logic, you could accept that. You could accept that, but it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm a Muslim.
No, no. If you actually do it and you believe in it, no problem. You're a Christian. The rest of the following the teachings of Christ will come after. This is the very first
The very first step.
yes, this is the very first
Yeah,
step.
so
Whether you
we are
are
saying the
doing
same
what
thing.
he's
The
teaching
fact that I
correctly or
come
not.
to the media, because I want to perpetrate evil, right? Look at, do you know? Look, because I want to perpetrate evil, does that mean that I am a Muslim? Because I say
Um, can you remind
Shahada.
me? Can you remind me the story when that made him a prophet to unalive someone?
That made the prophet to unalive someone.
Yes. How many people did
Honestly,
he unalive?
I think he unalived one or two persons, but I'm not exactly sure of the story.
Okay, I think he
I think,
unalived
I
one.
think, yeah, one or two, yeah.
One actually. One himself using his hand, right? Not the one that he commanded his army to unalive.
Mm-hmm.
As a Muslim, did it interest you to learn that about your prophet?
So can you? Okay, I'll say something. We. So I don't know the story. I don't know the story, and this is my own fault because I should have known the story. I don't know the story, so I'll be very. It would be. I'll be shooting myself in the leg to respond directly to this. I'll be shooting myself in the leg to respond directly. I don't know the story. However, we also know stories. Okay, I don't want to go there. I don't want to be defensive right now. I don't want to go there. I don't know the story. It would be interesting to know the story.
Okay, I will allow you to look at the story. Now I read to you John chapter 10. I want to read 17 verse 17 and 18. This is Jesus speaking. He says, "Therefore that my Father loved me, because I lay down my life that I might take it again. No man taketh it from me, but I lay it down of myself. I have the power to lay it down, and I have the power to take it again. This commandment have I received of my Father." And this was when he was speaking about what he's about to go through in the cross of Calvary. Do you think that someone that has this power could have used it differently?
Do I think that someone of that power could have used it differently because he had the power to? Oh yeah, well, and about that, because he had the power to kill or. So I have a very different context about Jesus Christ, right? So I think that only God has the power to live, to give life, or or take it. And in the history of humanity, God has commanded His prophets and kings to also take life. So they have the authority of God. So God has taken it through them, right? So, however, giving life, we also have the story of, I think Elisha too was able to raise someone from the dead, and it wasn't just Jesus Christ.
Okay, I think you are deviating. You are deviating. I
No,
said the
it's the
person
same
that has the
context.
power.
It's the
No,
same
I said
context. It's the same, yeah.
this person.
I
Okay,
don't believe
this
anybody
person.
has the power to take or give life except God. So
I know.
that's
I said this person that claims this, right? Okay. Do you think he could have, used this power in a different way, other than laying it down?
Can you hear me? The call came in. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Let me just leave you. Let me leave you at that place. Kada, I want you to be very honest. I want you to be very honest. Currently, in our world today, which religion would you say that its teachings and principles encourage more violence?
Which teachings and principles encourage more
Which
violence?
religion, yes,
None.
does its principles and teachings encourage violence?
I'll say Judaism.
Judaism.
Yes.
You've not forgotten, you've not remembered atheism.
Atheism. Atheism is a different. Atheism is not a religion, actually.
Do you think, what about Islam?
Islam is a religion. I'll tell you why atheism is not a religion. Because atheism doesn't believe in God. What is the meaning? First of all,
I
to understand this, you need to know what is the meaning of religion to you.
Oh, you need to get it. I just put it there just to do this.
Okay.
So what about Islam?
Islam.
Mm-hmm. What is blasphemy? Okay, answer then. Because I want to take you to blasphemy immediately.
What is blasphemy?
Yes, what I say, what of Islam? You don't think that his teaching encourages violence?
No. Islam encourages
Thank you.
cordiality.
Let's get to
okay.
Thank you. Let's get to blasphemy. What is blasphemy according to Islamic teaching?
We don't have blasphemy in Islamic. Blasphemy, we don't really talk about blasphemy in Islam. What we talk about in Islam
is this takia, or you are telling me the truth?
What is the meaning of takia?
Takia is when you want to hide the truth because you want to whitewash your religion.
That is another lie. Take your phone and check the meaning of takia.
Okay, let's leave it, because here I've heard people tell me when I call them prophet, they tell me no, that is blasphemy. So, and I want to ask what is blasphemy according to Islamic teachings?
So we don't blasphemy. So I have never really heard an Islamic Islamic leader talk about blasphemy, but in general terms, blasphemy in English terms would mean lying about, lying. Okay, blasphemy would actually mean, lying, saying what Allah did not say, or saying what the Prophet did not say. Yeah.
Okay. You know how many persons that
and I just read the one person that the Prophet killed. The guy was charging towards the Prophet during the battle with the intention to kill him, and the Prophet killed him during war. Yes, it should be. I think it should be mentioned. It was during war. He was charging on a horse towards the Prophet with his spear, trying to kill the Prophet. But the Prophet killed him before he was able to kill the Prophet.
Once the guy hit the guy direct once in his ear.
So I think that's yes.
Sorry, neck, not even ear, neck. Once he did not miss it. That guy is talented. Okay, so in this, blasphemy is broadly understood as any irrelevant word, action, or belief concerning God.
Yes, lying about the God prophet
or sacred books.
Yes, exactly. That's even English meaning. That's pure. That's general knowledge.
Okay. Do you know how many persons have been killed because of the blasphemy they claim the prophet in Nigeria?
No, I know that in a particular region in Nigeria, we are more enthusiastic more than ourselves, and in a particular region in Nigeria, some people have decided to be God and taking lives in the name of God.
Okay, so I want to show you so that you see the religion that has possibility for violence or active violence.
Okay.
This is September 2025, right? A female food vendor was set ablaze and burnt to death by a mob in Kasua, The violence erupted after a man jokingly proposed marriage to her, and her response was deemed blasphemous towards Prophet Muhammad. Did you see the word deemed? Did you see this word deemed?
Yeah, I did.
It implied that certain book, this person understood it as a teaching, something that contradicts this. Not that I'm not even concerned about what they did, but the fact that someone could deem something, it means that something is encouraging someone to be blasphemous. Therefore, I read Usman Buddha, a butcher and father of 6 was stoned and beaten to death in a marketplace in Sokoto State. The attack occurred after he allegedly made a passing remark during an argument that a mob interpreted as a slur against Prophet Muhammad. Deborah Samuel Yakubu, May 2022, a Christian student at Shehu Shagari College of Education in Sokoto was stoned, beaten with sticks, and burned alive by a mob of her fellow students. The attack was triggered by comments she made in a WhatsApp. If you read further, it was also interpreted. Where do you think that this interpreted, deemed, or this, where do you think there is the source of this information, like blasphemous information?
Overzealous people doing what they took out of context.
Have you heard of any Christian overzealous person doing something because of what the Bible teaches?
I don't know, but over in my area here, so
Have
I
you
knew some.
seen? Have you seen?
Yes, over in my area here. So there's something called Islamophobia. I don't know if you've heard about the term.
I've heard about it.
Thank you very much. And this thing has happened around the world. So I'll tell you two incidents. So over at my area here, one lady went to the no, in fact, three. One even happened recently, but I'll just stick to two. She went to the library, right? She went to read, but because she was wearing a burqa, I live in Canada, by the way. Because she was wearing an hijab, a burqa, a fire was thrown at her. You can Google it and check. The lady that was set ablaze because of burqa in Oshawa, Canada. You can Google it. Secondly, I'll give you another one, which is more closer to me. A friend of mine lives in Germany. He has this beard gang. He has beard gang. And he was actually sick. He went to the hospital in Germany. And the doctor was Hindu. This doctor is Hindu. And this doctor came to him and saw the beard. And the first thing the doctor asked him, "Are you a Muslim?" He said, "No." And he said, "Oh, okay." And then he never asked why. He said, "I swear by the God whose hands my life is in, I'm not lying about any of this thing." You can check your Google for the first one. The doctor told him that if you were a Muslim, I would not have treated you. Do you know how many people suffer Islamophobia?
I am reading to you the taking of someone's life. I want you to look at this word. Look at this word. Look at this word. Look at this word. Sorry, Kadal, look at this word. He said,
wait. Let me ask you one more.
Can you see her classmate that some of them deemed to be insulting to the prophet?
We are saying the same thing. We are saying the same thing. We are saying as people take that out of context.
How many more do you think will be victim of this deemed, or
how many people is being more violent? Wait, how many? Okay, so what is the population of? If you will say the population of the Christians in America, what do you think is their population? The Christians in the US?
Kada.
Wait, now let's talk now. Wait. I'm asking this. This is an engagement. An engagement should be a conversation.
This is a paid one. It's someone's.
I know. It shouldn't. I know.
I won't turn it to a bromance. Do you understand?
I know. It's not bromance. It's not bromance, but an engagement should be a conversation. You can't just say I should keep quiet. Yes, no. That's not an engagement.
Yes, but
this is an engagement.
But I should achieve the goal of it, which is the goal is to hold you accountable to certain things that you say.
That is what I'm also doing.
It may be an open-ended this that we may not conclude, but just for you to get certain things.
The United States killed over 1 million, between 1 and
Was it based on the what they get from the Bible? Did they tell you it's gotten from the Bible?
Do you know how many people have been killed in Palestine today right now? What do they live by? What has Donald Trump said? He kept saying that when you go and read the
war between what is the percentage of Christian population in Israel?
Wait first. The Palestinian, isn't it they call him J.D. Vance?
I want us to stick to the issue. I want us to stick to the issue. The issue is this.
It is prevalent in both places.
The issue is that
also go to the Old Testament and pick out stuff from the Old Testament. It is prevalent. There are a lot of controversies too in the Old Testament, but we don't even want to go there. We don't even want to go there. The fact that you can put flashlight on the Quran, there are a lot of controversies too in the Old Testament, not the New Testament that Paul wrote. So I can say that you as a person too, if you like, you can also go
disrespectful.
So you can also go and write. You can also go and cherry pick, or you can not cherry pick. You can also decide as a person to go and pick verses from the Old Testament and act on it. Or if there's a system that sponsors you to do so, it doesn't mean that is what your religion is about.
I read to you another source of violence against women. This is Surah Ahzab 33, chapter 33 of Quran. It says, tell your wives, daughters, you see, and the believing women that they should let down upon them overgarment when they come out of their homes. This is more proper so that they may be recognized as noble women and Allah is ever merciful for them. After this is said, it now went on to now prescribe certain punishment. Do you think that this is violence against people's free will and choice?
I think it is. Can you read that place again, please?
It says, O Nabi, tell your wives, daughters, and the believing women that they should let down upon them overgarments when they come out of their homes. This is more proper so that they may be recognized as noble women and Allah is more forgiving, merciful.
Oh, so you think you think that do you think the nuns that use garments on their head, do you think it is? Do you think it is oppressive?
I ask you is that, do you think that this is a source of violence against women and their choice of dressing?
No, as long as the Christians nuns don't think it is violence against them. So no. As long as those people who go to club,
have you heard of the incident where a woman, was beaten because she was not she wore jeans and was just passing where Muslims are praying?
When you say passing where Muslims are praying, so like I say, if some people decide,
have you heard of it?
I know something like that happened in Nigeria. Just like someone,
do you know that it happens every time?
So a woman too in Canada.
Where is the source of this?
Now, what is the source of the person that was attacked in front of her daughter here too? This happened 3 weeks ago in Canada here too. I think in Alberta, because she was wearing an hijab, because she was wearing a Muslim. Does that represent Christianity?
Sorry, because she was wearing what?
Because she was a Muslim, she was covered. Does that represent Christianity too?
Nobody has ever committed crime and tell you the person got it from the Bible. That's what I'm saying.
Did those people tell you that they got it? Did you meet those people and they told you that they got it from the Quran?
Wait, can you give me the equivalent of the Sharia law?
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking. Did you talk to those people and they told you that they got it from the Quran? If some people decide to act out of control, if some people decide to be crazy, just you're reading verses in the Quran and the Hadith, they're also controversial. Where the Bible has called women shameful, where the Bible has said several things about women, where the Bible has called women weak, where the Bible has talked about their weaknesses in a very derogatory way. I can bring out those verses. I have them, but we're not going to do that today. I have them where the Bible has said, has called women, if you are raped, you should be given to a man. The man that raped you and go and pay. I have them. There are a lot.
I think,
but let's talk about this.
This would lead to a sober reflection, and for that man to see which of them is more violent. Well, the truth is this, Abba. Let's do it.
It's Kadal.
The truth is this, right? I like the fact that many of you are speaking up now and discouraging some of this, because it has caused more harm. If you have not,
it is not about discouragement. As you are bringing it, I'm bringing the ones against Muslims.
Do you know that when I was serving during my service here, I was washing my plate in the borehole, and because a Muslim was going to make prayer, I put my plate to fetch water. The Muslim put his hand, poured it on his leg, put his hand again. I was just shocked. Put his hand again inside that plate and put it on his leg because he was doing ablution. Do you know? And that was my very first time of encountering a Muslim. Do you know what?
That person is a stupid person.
When I wanted to confront the guy, they told me, please just leave me before they would turn this place to a bloodshed.
Where did you call it again?
I say NYSC when I was doing my NYSC inside the camp, not even outside, inside the camp.
Which camp? Which camp did you go to?
NYSC camp in where is this one in Kano State?
Thank you. Tell me about your experience in the East. Tell me about your experience with Muslims in the West, in the Southwest. Let's see if this is specific to a group